All right, guys, it's T-Man. I'm back with a new video. It's on the Guess Who? Jason Blaha, the strength and fitness gym slave, the lifting gym slave, man. He's doing arms, he says here. We're going to review this video. Jason Blaha, strength and fitness. He says he's doing his arms. He says this is arms, bro. I don't know. This is arms training.
Hey everybody, it's time for an arm day.
See?
Man, I don't think
it's time for an arm day.
anyone ever expected to see Jason Blaha doing an arm day. But
oh my God, we've never expected him. He's gonna do an arm day. This is incredible.
here we are. So, why did I
Just about in every fucking stupid lifting video that he does is arm day in there. With those stupid dumbbells and barbell curls.
do this? Why did I pick full arm day for today? I really realized kind of a push-pull arms legs really works
Push, pull, arms, legs, whatever. Okay, here we go. Finally.
next week, and I'm like, my arms technically need more attention than my shoulders do. I'll just skip shoulder.
Number one off the bat. He needs to do higher repetitions. And he needs to go heavier. At least heavier, high repetitions, okay? I don't know. I would try to rep, if he can, maybe 30s, okay? I would keep it in the 30 range for him. Because he's 10 years younger than me, but he's 10 years weaker. Maybe 20 years weaker than me. I don't know. Whatever. He's weak, bro. So he's weak. He's weak. He's got weak arms. I don't give a shit, man, what he lifts. He's weak. He's got weak arms. Because whatever he's doing here, 10 pounds, is bullshit. You need to go heavier. I would stick to a lot of cables. At first, I would max out all the adaptations on the cable machines, Blaha, first before I do max out on the barbells and whatever fucking dumbbells.
This week, right? It's not like we didn't do incline benching and pull-ups and rows. So push come to shove, my arms need more work.
They need more work. Heavy, high repetition, bro. Heavy, high repetition.
So I decided to just have 2 tricep days this week because I did them after chest. And here's the thing I'm gonna.
You are suffering from sarcopenia at this point right now. I'm not joking, Blaha. This serious condition. I've had friends that had that happened to them, and they died. They die. People die. They fade away. They become crippled. They become very feeble and weak over time from sarcopenia. I mean, maybe the drugs, the steroids are preserving you right now. At this point, they're preserving you. I don't know for how much longer. Maybe they may not even work anymore at some point. They'll stop working. You should build your natural strength instead of using steroids, dude. Yeah, seriously, because if the world ever comes to an end and there's no fucking steroids left, you're going to be fucked.
My triceps are definitely stronger if I don't bench first.
But I definitely can see the effects of the steroids on you. They're toxic, and you can see the toxic. You look like you're melting from the toxicity. Yeah.
Do incline and all of that. Noticeable on things like the skull crushers. So what do we do? Close grip
You need these skull crushers. Why? You just need to do high repetition tricep movements.
bench. I used to be really strong at close grip. Like the
Okay, why are you doing bench press? Is this for your triceps?
fact that sets of 8 with 225 were challenging for me on close grip shows that I am pretty much a full wide grip bencher now. All this long time of wide grip benching, my close grip has regressed, right? Because I used to be able to crank out, 245 for sets of 10 on this when I was close gripping.
Okay, one plate. Everybody can do one plate these days. Come on, man. Come on, Jason.
365, yep. So 20 pounds heavier for 2 more reps. And these were challenging. They were very challenging. And I noticed it immediately. Once I started doing them, I felt that lateral.
Man, I thought this was an arm day. Why are you benching? Again, like the 10-pound weights, man. This is ridiculous.
And my tricep, I'm like, yeah, there it is. Okay, let's go ahead and bring it back. So we're going to obviously, chest day, we're going to keep doing the really wide benching like I do all the way with the pointer.
Again, Blaha, high repetitions, man. Keep it around 30, Blaha, please. Let's see what else he has here, because this is going to take forever. I want to see some major arm workouts. Again, 10 pounds. What is this?
Everyone knows the key to success.
And I went to do this, I got to like 18, and I'm like, this is just getting silly.
Oh, he says he did sets of 12 and is going to 18? He says it's silly? What?
The 18 started to get heavy, let's just quit. Let's add some weight. Like, let's go up
It started getting heavier? Add some weight? 18? What?
20 pounds. And then we got sets of 12. So just not doing all that.
These are 25-pound fucking plates you got on there, and I don't know what the bar is. The bar is like what? Fucking 30 pounds maybe? 25?
Benching first, just doing close grip bench first. Interesting how much difference there was in the strength on these immediately. Okay? Or I just getting stronger from having I don't know, the triceps the other day. Maybe adding the extra stretch work helped, because when I got to that same exercise, I was much stronger today. Considerably stronger.
If you got stronger, then you got an adaptation. I can't tell you if that's in muscle or if that's just in force production.
All right, this is what people weren't expecting. These felt so good, I went ahead and ordered a preacher bench. I should have it before next arm day.
He went and ordered a preacher bench. It felt good. He's using bench. Yeah, this is not a necessity. Man, doing this it's not a necessity. Why don't you invest in a cable, go to the hardware store, invest in a cable, use some cables, and max out the adaptations on the cable machines. You can do many variations with cable. You can lay on the floor and curl it, bring it down to your forehead, whatever. Brothers, you can stand up doing it. You can bring it to you, towards you, halfway point, standing up. Man, you could do so many things with cables with your biceps. You could do reverse biceps too, all angles from top, middle to bottom. It's crazy what you could do with it. You know, you can keep stacking the weight too. Even for triceps with cables, you could do so many variations with cables. Bottom, top, this, that, sideways, whatever, you name it. Until you max out the adaptation process on there, you can't get any more adaptations. Then move to the free weights, bro. After. Yeah. But even though, let's say you're doing the free weights now, eventually you may get an adaptation, but it'll max it out really quick if you don't know what you're doing.
I wanted to do preacher curls, and I knew I probably wanted to get a preacher curl bench, but it's like I kind of justify the space, floor space issues. But then when
you're suffering from sarcopenia, and here's the thing, it's going to get worse and worse because you're wearing out the progenitor cell, the satellite cell pool is wearing out. I have video in my video section. I posted it there way down somewhere now, I know, a long time ago. You can watch that video. It shows you what happens when you lose satellite cells. Repair mechanism stuff, shit, this, that, all goes down, man. Sarcopenia, bro. Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's happening, bro. It's happening to you.
look at it, I have to go. My arms need the most work. Like realistically, if I just continue to get leaner and put an inch on my arms, like my channel is.
I'm going to tell you honest truth, Blaha. Everything needs work. Everything on your body needs work. But it's going to look funny if you have big arms and your shoulders lack. It's going to look funny. You don't get it, man. You have to be proportionate all over. I'm proportionate all over. My entire body is proportionate. There isn't anything that's unproportionate. You know that? The only problem is, of course, as you get older, the leg problem. You know, that. The thigh problem. But I can get my thighs to come up, but they're still proportionate right now to the rest of my body. They're not unproportionate. They never will be. They never were.
Stuff will probably blow up further. It's worth it, given how good the preacher curl can be when done carefully. Now, people say, didn't you say that it's a bicep tear waiting to happen? Yeah, tons of people tear biceps on preacher curls. The trick.
So why are you doing it?
Train it through the full range of motion. Don't use a weight that's so heavy that you cannot do rep work out of the bottom. Now in this case, notice I'm touching the bench. I'm coming to a stop on the bench.
I'm going to have to agree with him. Preacher's dangerous. People have torn stuff, whatever. They hurt themselves. So yeah, you shouldn't go super heavy on this preacher curl. Yes, if you choose to do that. And me personally, I would never do that. I need control. I need to be in control. I don't want to tear or bust anything or cripple myself. What's the point of doing that? You'll never be able to lift again.
Choice. Because this is what I'm working with. And a lot of people recommend this and you can get away with this and it's still was really intense. The bicep activation was fantastic. I can tell I'm going to be sore tomorrow. It worked my biceps in ways I was not expecting. And I used to do preacher curls way back in the day. I just haven't done any in over 20 years. Particularly given my previous bicep rupture in my late 20s from deadlifting. But I think if we hold true to that message that you do them to the full range of motion, you don't cheat, and you keep them nice and strict, right? So you're not cheating, you're not risking tearing the bicep because you're trying to use a weight that can't.
The problem is too many people focus on the up force and they're not focused on the down force. I try to keep my focus on the down force, the eccentric movement. So when I count, I don't count, I go 1 on the up force, I go 1 on the down force, 2 on the down force, 3 on the down force. I'm never concentrating on the up force. I'm concentrating more on the down force to get that muscle damage, to get an adaptation.
Go through the bottom and you actually use it correctly, because that's really where it shines, the bottom. It is one of the best lengthened position movements you can do for your biceps. And I felt it. Like, I already know my biceps are going to be sore tomorrow. Like, you guys can see my face near the end of the sets. Yeah, I was on some of these.
Yeah, if you've never done it, you just focused on doing arms, will you get a DOMS, a delayed onset muscle soreness? So yeah, because you got an adaptation. Yeah, hooray for you. Blaha, you got an adaptation after 20 years not training biceps, whatever.
So I put up a screenshot, so you look like you're in pain there. I'm like, yeah, it was. These hurt.
This is me booking. Are you ready?
There, I'm like, yeah, it was. These hurt. I mean, not in a bad way, but I noticed it. You know, and here's the thing now.
He's noticed it, broski.
Now that we're really hitting the arms from all these angles, we're having an arm day.
Really hitting the arms.
I think any of the jokes about me not having arms, I think they're going to go away real quick, because they've come up already.
See, the jokes are going to go away right away, because Blaha's, he's working on the arms, broski. He's working on it. It's a work in progress. All right.
This is going to take me up to the next tier. I'm pretty sure of it, particularly now that we're really focusing on the different angles, making sure that we're getting full lengthened position movements in. Again, the preacher bench will help. This is already a start, though. So again, I'm just touching it to it and then coming back up. But yeah, intense pump, intense burn.
Intense pump.
And my arms stayed pumped all the way through this workout. You can see my face there. I'm not even on the last rep yet. It's like, oh man, I got to keep digging in.
Again, he's getting a pump. I can understand the burn, but the pump part, yeah, you know, when you're eating protein, you're not getting a pump. So what's giving you the pump? Well, it's carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are what? Artificial. It's artificial diet. Creating artificial muscles called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy muscles, glycogen muscles.
So yeah, they work. So again, same thing. Closed grip bench, skull crushers. We've got some of the big ones here for the tricep, and then we're going to do the behind the head extension at the end. We're going to make sure that we hit all those angles, and that's going to be the name of the game. All these muscles like this, we're going to find 3 good angles. We're going to make absolutely sure at least one of them puts us in.
Well, I gotta give him one. I gotta give him one that, you know, he's got balls taking off his shirt and being in those like booty shorts on this channel. It's crazy, but I understand he's in Texas. You know, he's working out in the garage, whatever. I don't know, whatever, man. It is what it is. So yeah.
To a very, very serious stretch position. Get into that lengthened position. Now this does it actually for the tricep, just not as maybe as intense as the behind the head does, which then we do afterwards. So look at my combination there. What do we got? Closed grip bench press. So we've got a nice big basic lift, right? Nice big heavy compound. This is kind of how I'm treating a lot of the muscles here. Then we take one of the most famous, most heavily used, well-loved isolation movements. Still considered a basic movement. We do a skull crusher after. And then we're going to finish off with what? Behind the head, to make sure that we double down on that lengthened position to finish. But again, here the preacher curls, I managed to get 10 all the way through. It's because I had to fight a little deeper on the final sets. All right. I have a feeling these will come up pretty quickly, and I know it's going to bring up my lower bicep. You know, everyone worries a lot about it sometimes with some of the insertions. I think if you build those areas up enough, it can compensate for some of that. And again, the data is pretty good. There's been some hypertrophy studies comparing a lot of this stuff. And yeah, we know
What? He needs studies to figure out hypertrophy studies and all that. For trying to bring up your arms, dude. You don't need studies, man. Just get an adaptation. That's it. It'll make you stronger. But it won't happen with a second repeated bout. That's the problem.
preacher curl for the lower half of the bicep seems to be a pretty superior exercise. Now, I predict the incline curl, which I'm doing the end, you guys will see. I predict it's going to probably work the top half a little better. Again, this is the thing that we find with these muscles. And I'm trying to think like a bodybuilder with this stuff. Okay, I'm still going to do some of my big three a little bit like a power lifter. So this is...
He's trying to think like a bodybuilder. Whatever. They're just people that lift, man. Everybody's lifting. They're just doing different lifts, getting stronger. People are getting stronger in different lifts, which that's the adaptation process. Let's say you didn't do these lifts and somebody else did and they got an adaptation. They got stronger at doing those lifts. You didn't. In other words, you may lift, 1,000 pounds off the floor, okay, deadlift, but you can't beat me at arm wrestling because I have adaptations in arm wrestling. You don't. You have an adaptation in powerlifting. Does that mean that you're weak? Does that mean that you're weak? Here's the question. If an arm wrestler can beat 1,000-pound puller of a deadlift puller, okay, does that mean that the arm wrestler is stronger than the deadlifter? See what I mean? Now, if the guy who can't win against the arm wrestler in arm wrestling, but can deadlift 1,000 pounds, is he stronger?
Our building. We are going to...
Sorry. What I wanted to say was, does that mean he's stronger? See what I mean? Who's stronger? Who's stronger? He's stronger at that. He's stronger at that. They're called adaptations. Get it, bro? Yeah.
So heavy, we're going to take my squat, bench, and deadlift and treat them like serious heavy lifts, right? Which I'm doing. Everything else I do outside of those three lifts, it's all going to be very bodybuilder, thinking like a bodybuilder. Notice, some of these movements we're really trying to control the eccentric, especially those last reps. I can't do that on some things easily, like the behind the head extension, because this is uncomfortable for me because of my shoulders. But the thing is, I can still do it, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing. And as long as we get that lengthened position, that's what I care about. And I'm going to keep working on getting better. These just felt too light, so I went up again. I went up on this from last time, because the last time I was just getting used to it. And I used to do these standing with a barbell. You guys used to see it early on my YouTube. And I feel like I had a little more tricep back then. All right, incline curls. Went ahead and used the 28s today.
There's no second chance in horse racing. It all comes down to
reps on everything. I pretty much took it to failure at the end. You guys will see on the definitely.
Wow, now he's sitting down. What's the difference? Preacher sitting down. Is that got some magic powers, Blaha? Is that somehow going to get your biceps massive, bro? Man, you don't know what you're doing. You absolutely do not know how to train. And you're just getting worse.
The last one we went to failure. The barbell curls were also.
I told you, invest in a cable. Max out the adaptations on the cables. Okay, high repetition. If you can do it. If you can't, well, I don't know. And then move on to the dumbbells and barbells, the free weights, okay? Until you max out those adaptations. High repetition, dude.
But yeah, these also burn, but they burn in a different way. They burn in a completely different way. So again...
Holy shit, look at his face. Oh, that is picture perfect, bro. What a face he's making. Oh my God. I gotta photograph that. It's hilarious.
What are we doing then for the biceps? Taking a nice big basic movement, the standing barbell curl, done strict. Cheat curl would probably be big and basic, but we're keeping it strict. Then what did we do? do preacher curl. Dumbbells today, I'll try it with the easy bar with a closer grip once I get the bench.
Looks like he's working really hard right now. Really, really, really hard, bro.
And I'll get that longer range of motion. And then we finish with an incline curl. We have hammered the biceps through every possible angle for the main functions of the bicep. Now, when people say, are you worried extra about brachialis or forearms? No, because look at my pulling day. I do weighted pull-ups, I do barbell rows, well I did seal rows this time, I may do barbell rows next time, and then dumbbell rows. Okay, all for hard sets. Plus I deadlift first. So I feel like that's pretty well.
Plus he deadlifted first? Okay.
Still managed. Keep in mind, a lot of this still works brachialis, still works forearms. Okay, so those last few sets of incline curls, those were a failure. Those are completely missed reps. I'm still gonna have to keep getting used to these behind the head extensions, but the main thing, and it's because of, again, my anatomy, I can't.
Okay, this whole behind the head thing, I think he's just doing this for variation. It's to look good on camera, man. None of this is not a necessity. Nothing's going on there. Honestly, I just see him as adapted. I think he's full of shit about the soreness stuff, whatever. I don't think his arms are going to grow. They're going to stay the same. I have a feeling. Tell him to measure them. Tell him to measure them before, after, whatever the hell he's doing here. I just don't see anything going on there. I think it's bullshit. But that's just me, whatever, man. Maybe I don't know anything. I don't know. But to me, it looks like a lot of bullshit, bro.
Really lock them effectively, but I don't care. Because we've got the skull crushers for that. We've got where's our real lockout strength? That close grip bench press. These, since I can't do it, I don't care. I'm just trying to get into that deep stretch position, which it is doing. That is what we are using them for. So work with it. And then last set of incline curls, these also still burned like hell, took them to failure. Finished this with a great arm pump, super happy with the workout. Didn't fully like the range of motion on the preacher curls, but they still felt intense.
Again, I don't understand. What's the point? Why do people sit down doing dumbbells, bro? Sit up, stand up, man. Do your workout. Fuck, this is so lazy. Lazy people sit and do shit. It's like people that do their shoulders, they sit down, do their shoulders, the fucking biceps and shit. Sitting down constantly. Stand up.
So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys.
It has not been informative. This is so boring. What is this exercise? It's so lame. It's so overused already. People do them all the time. It's fucking, you ain't gonna get jack shit there. I'm telling you right now, guys. If you follow Blaha and do these fucking dumbass motherfucking exercises, then you too will be a failure like this motherfucker. Get it, bro? You'll be a failure like this fucker, okay? He's full of shit. And his fucking regime, whatever the fuck he's doing here is bullshit. Those arms aren't gonna fucking grow just because, man, it's a fucking arms day, dude. Ha ha ha. He's not gonna get jack shit, man. I'm telling you right now, nothing's gonna happen there. It's bullshit. They're never going to grow. They're never going to grow. I don't care how many say, whatever he's doing here, this stuff, he can keep doing this over and over again. It's adapted. And therefore, there are zero adaptations. Zero. I'll see you in the next video, friends. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel, comment down below. Helps with the algorithm. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. This is ridiculous.